morning, guys. G2P angler Jason Reese here. Thanks for tuning in to Guggen to Pro Offshore Angler. I'm your host, Jason Reese. This morning I'm going up to do a half day of trolling out of Hillsborough Inlet. It is the first Saturday of May and the spring bite is on. So I think today would be a good day for drifting some live baits or even kite fishing, but I'm by myself and I'm going to go solo today. I'm going to show you guys how to run a 6-line spread by yourself. I'll hopefully picking up a few blackfin, a mahi, maybe a wahoo this morning. All the great fish here in South Florida are in play during spring. It's when the bigger mahi come through this time of year. Blackfins too. The bigger blackfins tend to bite live baits in my opinion, but there's still plenty for the troll here. All right, so there's been a prevailing easterly wind, and I thought that it was going to die down enough overnight that it would be maybe like 2 to 3 foot waves out here today, but it is 3 to 5s on a really short interval. So I will not be showing you how to do a 6-line spread by yourself today. That'll be for a different day. Today is going to be running a 4-line spread with no outriggers because I'm not getting up on the gunnels to deploy those outriggers in these seas. With this short interval, you could stuff the bow really easy if you're not paying close attention. So today's going to be a shorter day. Just trying to make my way through the waves out here. Make sure I'm staying as safe as possible. I'll get in a few lines wet. So I'm going to probably do 1 or 2 planers and a shotgun and a mid, and that's going to be it. So shotgun's going to be Boonbird with a couple of small baits. The mid's going to be that purple zoom witch with a Nita strip, artificial strip on it. One planer will have a Nita strip artificial, one will have a real strip. As you can tell, the GoPro has a stabilizer, so you can't probably tell how rough it is right now, but I'm getting kind of tossed around out here, even in a 32-foot heavy boat. So it's not super dangerous, but you gotta be careful, have your head on a swivel. You can see I'm wearing a automatically inflatable PFD. I've got a ACR in my pocket in case I were to go overboard, connected in. And a lot of people don't go by themselves, especially on a rougher day. I'm not advocating to do anything dangerous. Dr. Peterson's got a saying recently that I like, and said that having an adventure is more important than being safe. And there's a balance to that, but every solo outdoor adventure, even if not solo, inherently comes with some risk. And boats are safest in harbor, but that's not why boats are made. So I'm gonna do my best out here. This is gonna be more about trolling where I can versus trolling exactly where I want to based on these sets out here. All right, guys, it did take me longer than it probably ever has to get a 4-line spread out. Just kind of picking and choosing my areas to be away from the wheel here. I'm gonna run as long as I can and try to get, I got some lines wet, everything's already soaked in salt water, we got waves crashing over, so everything's already wet. You gotta wash the boat and all the gear anyways, you might as well try to put a fish in the box. So I'm gonna go here for as long as I can, and I'm hoping that the day goes on, it calms down a little bit. We'll see. Stay tuned. 100 feet just out of Boca Inlet, and the short planer number 8 with the bonita strip just got hit. It's been definitely a rough morning out here so far. Actually, not a bad king here. All right, so I'm going back towards Boca Inlet, back at 90 feet of water where I just caught that last king. And shortly after deploying and turning around, it looks like the short planer with the bonita strip sea witch is back on again. Trying to pick and choose my time between these waves out here. All right, so back in the same depth. I mean, the odds are it's another king. And if it is, that would mean that I am limited out on kings. I think it's gonna be another king here. right, another king. All right, 156 feet. Still just north of Boca Inlet. We're starting to head back after I get my limit on kings. And it looks like sounds like the shotgun just got hit. So we really gotta be cautious out here. I gotta kind of let fish on sometimes versus running to the rod to make sure I'm okay with some of these big waves coming through before I can even be able to go fight them. If anything is on here on the shotgun, it is not gonna be big because the boon bird is still up on top of the water up there. When big fish hit this, that boon bird goes underwater. You're in big waves and you're by yourself, especially with these, like, there's some 5 to 6 footers, which is both going by, bigger ones coming through. Keep a low center of gravity. I keep my legs locked in against the bolster. Trying to make sure that I'm not top heavy, especially if you wind up fighting a bigger fish. And hopefully it's not a kingfish because I've already got my limit. I almost said that last one was 26 inches to the fork. Legal's 24. And I feel like there's bigger kings out here today, so I almost let him go. But then I thought, I've got enough. Waves are getting big. Wind is persisting. Maybe I'll be heading in around 7:30 this morning, but right when I was thinking it, the shotgun got hit. Can't see what it is yet. I feel it pulling though. I would try to fight. It's on that longer chugger head. Looks like some kind of tuna, bonita, or blackfin, hopefully. I think it's a bonita. Yeah, big bonita. All right, throw him in the bag. And I'm gonna start heading back north or south towards my home inlet of Hillsboro and get out of these waves. I'm hoping that it's a blackfin tuna or even a decent mahi. We limited out on kings, but my family does not eat kingfish, even though I do. So hopefully we got something for dinner here. Let's get this guy out of the way. All right. Saw some flashes of silver down there. Oh, it's another bonita. Darn it. Well, good sized bonita. And the question about will these Nita strip artificials catch fish? The answer is yes. Look at that. The strip is still good too. These things hang on, they've been in rough seas. Got a massive run, passing the Jim Torgerson, hitting some wrecks back up at Fort Lauderdale. We got the shotgun on and maybe one of the planers too. The shotgun just got leveled. Oh, this is big. That boon bird underwater for a while, so whatever it is that's strong enough to pull that down. Hopefully not another big bonita, but it was a great first run. The long planer with the artificial Nita strip got triggered, so I was just starting to bring that in and check it when shotgun got leveled. This feels great. If I had others on board right now, I'd be clearing out all of the lines in front of it. And I might have trouble controlling this fish and keeping them on one side. We'll see, I'm gonna do my best. The good news is there's nobody else out here, so I'm not so worried about what other boats are doing out here because I've pretty much got it to myself today. This fish has been low. I'm trying to pump it up and get it closer to the surface. Let that boon bird hit the top water and help me. On the shotgun is a little feather and a little chugger, both on mono, so this is not big tackle off of that boon bird teaser. This is definitely my fish of the day. Hope I land it. Got most of the spool back on him, so one great first run, and been fighting me the whole way in. There's some head shakes. I would love this to be a big blackfin tuna. Okay, there's the boon bird. See a fish thrashing around. Let's see what it is. Could be a little hairy solo. It's another big bonita. I can't believe it. Ah. Look at the size of this thing though. Caught on that little lure and that tiny hook. So we've caught big, like 30-pound blackfin out here on small hooks. You don't have to have big tackle to land big fish. Kills me that was a bonita. I was really hoping that was a big blackfin the way it was fighting. All right, put the bonita on ice and went to bring in that long planer that I thought got hit. The entire thing got bitten off, so could have been another kingfish, also could have been a wahoo, but either way, it's gone. That was the Nita strip. I'm gonna load up another sea witch and Nita strip artificial, and almost back to the inlet, close to calling it a day, but maybe get one more bite on the way back in. Stay tuned. All right, 70 feet of water. I came in shallow, hoping to pick up like a grouper with this, I got a boat barreling down on me here too. Keep an eye on this guy. But the planer got hit, running a 3-line spread. Planer got hit. This boat is right on me, behind me. Well, I'm not sure if he cut off my shotgun or not, but I don't think he cut off my planer, so I'll go ahead and bring this fish in. All right, hopefully it's still on. That was a little bit awkward with that big boat. So what I was doing here was coming into, it is grouper season now, it's the first week of May, and I was coming shallow over the back edge of the second reef here in that like 70 to 90 foot range. And sometimes I'm having to troll slow today already because of these waves and conditions, so I'm only trolling like 5 knots. And that's perfect sometimes to raise up some of these groupers that are down there. And a fun thing about today is when it is, when you have the blue water that's pushed in with this easterly wind, you can wind up catching just about anything over the reef here. I'm hoping it's not a kingfish. I've already got 2 in the box, so if it's a king, I gotta let it go. So fingers crossed it's not a king or a bonita. I see it zipping around down there. Cuda. Big Cuda. Gonna send this guy back. All right, approaching Hillsboro here, about to pull in the last couple of lines. I'm gonna do my recap out here. I'm gonna pull it all down before I get in there and just cruise in. Fairly active morning for a very short morning. So I limited out on kings by 7:30 this morning. I've got 6 fish on 7 bites, including I think the cuda and a few bonitas, and I had the one bite off. So overall, for kind of a quick outing this morning and pretty rough seas where I wasn't able to really go where I wanted to all the time, it worked out well. So I think a couple of lessons learned here is, the first is, if you're getting ready to leave the inlet at first thing in the morning at first light and boats twice your size are turning around or coming back, maybe don't go. I was actually going to come out and poke out and turn around, and it was too big and the interval was too close for me to safely turn around, so I had actually to pull out to turn around. And at that point everything was covered in salt water, so I thought might as well get some lines wet and send it. And I'm happy I did. Once you're out here, there's sea legs under you and it winds up being okay. I'm glad that my family and other folks that get seasick easy weren't out here today. I couldn't find the blackfin tuna or the mahi I wanted. I have yet to be skunked. I'm sure it's coming. So I dipped in to 90 feet outside of it, to 100 feet actually, outside of Boca Inlet on an outgoing tide. I can almost always catch kings like that. So whenever I'm worried I might be getting skunked or I'm gonna head in early, I'll go do that. There's some fish in the box, make sure I bring something home. And one thing I did do is I never put the outriggers out. It's too rough to be up on a gunnel, horsing around with outriggers, so I went to a 4-line spread for half of the time, and then when I was really having trouble getting where I wanted to, I needed to make faster turns, I went to a 3-line spread, and that was how I started like a year and a half ago, is the 3-line spread. You know, built up from there to 6 lines, but when you need to turn easier and you're more worried about safety than you are about catching fish, then dial it back. At least you have some lines in the water and obviously still catch a few fish. So a lot of people will probably say that not worth it to go out today, and I tried to save a few friends from coming out. They were planning to come out so they didn't get stuck out here, and I'm torn on it. Like every once in a while I get the forecast wrong and it might have been rougher seas than I expect. I don't come out here looking for rough days, but if I think it's going to be 3 feet and it winds up being more in a short interval, that happens 5% of the time maybe. But if you always don't take a chance and come look at it in the morning, then you'll miss a lot of good days out here. Some days the forecast is wrong and you get it right, you wind up with the whole ocean to yourself and you wind up with a beautiful day. So sometimes you gotta get up and test the water and see how it is, and don't be afraid to turn around before you're out of the inlet so you're not stuck in everything soaking wet before you're heading back in. Other than that, I don't think I had too many lessons learned. I kept it pretty simple out here today. This channel is supposed to be giving you guys more tutorials, and I promise I'm gonna do that a lot more this summer. I just had a really hard time even trying to film myself out here today, let alone like go through all the different thought process and all the different rigs and everything going out. I'll try showing you guys some pictures of what got bites so you got a better idea. Starting on the left side, the pink sea witch with the real bonita strip got 3 bites today. Above it, the Nita strip, artificial bonita strip with the blue and white sea witch got 2 bites. At the bottom, the zoom witch, purple and black with the Nita strip, bonita strip in it, got 1 bite. And the shotgun with the chugger and feather got 2 bites. I'll be back out here this next week. My friend Chris is coming in to town and we're gonna hopefully have nicer conditions for a nice day offshore. So stay tuned for that, and we'll have a lot more coming at you this summer, guys.